Today we're doing a 20 facts about us. So we thought we should do something a little bit different, let you guys know a little bit more about us and do something just a bit more fun and lighthearted. So here we go.
Okay, so I'm 22 years old
And I'm 25. I'll be 26 in like a month.
and then in case you didn't know, we're sisters. We don't look much like sisters.
Our background is blend of Australian, Swedish and Chinese. Our mum is half Chinese, half Swedish, and our dad is
Welsh.
Aussie background, like I think English, Welsh mix. So.
We're both pretty tall, so I know that I'm like about 5'11", 5'10".
Yeah, same.
And Beck's like slight bit taller than me, but yeah, we've both been pretty tall and kind of just like
Lanky and tall. Not so much now, but like growing up, I think you
No, yeah,
look
I
like
was-
the awkward one. That's
I was
like,
always like the tallest or the second tallest girl in the class, where you had to like be in the very back row with all the boys to take your photo.
Yeah. So, funny thing about that, then I'll move into, I'm married. I was married about almost 2 years ago, but James, my husband, we both went to the same school, although we weren't friends at school, so we have photos of me like being the tall, lanky kid in the back row, like with the boys like standing by him in the school photos. So, there you go.
So growing up as kids, we were both pretty creative, but then I think as we kind of went along, I think Beck kind of found the same thing. As you're in school, they're really pushing.
It's alright.
They really push more of like that critical analysis sort of thing.
Analytical, more practical kind of skills, which we both like were good at as well, but it kind of pushed that
out of the picture a bit
more. So Amy was just talking about before we started this video when we used to make like art shows for our parents.
When we were very young, we would both do our drawings and then we would stick them, like blue tack them onto the walls of my room and invite our parents to come in and to purchase for $1 our picture.
Do you remember when we did the menus too?
We used to make menus.
We turned the kitchen into a restaurant.
Good times.
Okay, so now that she's here, I may as well talk about Bonnie.
Did she just yawn?
I think
I
so.
think she did.
She's got berry on her beak. Bonnie is my little crimson-bellied conure. I am a bird lover. I have always had birds, and I know it's funny. Like most people are like either dog or cat people, but I'm like a real bird person. I think that they're good little companions. Bonnie's out and about pretty much all the time that I'm at home. And yeah, I basically got her when she was like a naked little chicken.
And she would eat off of a spoon.
Yeah, and I'd make like the formula stuff for her, and like you have to test it like a baby on your wrist, like it's not too hot, it's not too cold, and then they'd like do a little baby bop.
And she was so cute as a baby.
Yeah.
So I also have a dog. So her name is Mia. I don't know if she's on the camera. Yes.
Yeah.
And she's looking a bit dirty at the moment, but she is a Maltese. And she's quite old now. So she was kind of our family dog. So even when Beck was living back at home, but yeah,
She's more your favourite.
yeah,
like
she's her favourite. You don't like her?
No, like you're her favourite.
Yeah. So as a kid, I was really into Game Boy. So a lot of people that
remember that old one, like the clear Game Boy,
like the one that was really bricky.
Yeah.
Like the Game Boy Color. Is that what it was called? Like the original one?
No, it was before colour. It was black and white.
But I thought it was called. Oh no, I don't even know. But we were really into Game Boy. Like we would wake up play Game Boy all day. So some of my favourite games were like Zelda, and even now I really love Zelda, so that always kind of has like a special place in my heart. And
I like Kirby's Dream Land. I'd like play it from beginning to end, like over and over and over. Because like there weren't that many games to choose from when like I first got my old brick one.
Little Mermaid,
Pokemon, obviously.
Oh yeah, Pokemon. We love Pokemon. But yeah, Zelda is I think the only game that I really continue to play. So even like the one that's coming out, I think there's one coming out on the Wii U soon. Like I will play that when it comes out. And that kind of leads me on to our next one, which is that because I played Game Boy so much as a kid, I kind of screwed up my eyes. So now I wear glasses for long vision, so I'm short-sighted, which kind of sucks. But
And if Amy's like too far away and I wave to her, it's like she doesn't know it's me. Or like
That's
somebody else.
I really hate wearing the glasses. I'll put them on for you now, just because you might like to see, and they're really dirty as well. But yeah, I hate wearing my glasses, and I'll not wear them as much as possible. But that means that if you see me from a distance, I'm never going to recognize who you are.
So my next one is that growing up, I was obsessed with reading, and I would read like mostly classic novels. Like even when I was like 12, I think I was reading like Tolstoy's and things, very serious novels. I guess I had a lot of time on my hands. And yeah, ever since like finishing school and going through uni and that, I haven't read nearly as much as I used to. My favourite though was the Anne Rice novels, the vampire novels. So I'm trying to get back into reading a bit more, and what I'm reading at the moment is The Remains of the Day, which is, I'm going to stuff his name, Kazuo Ishiguro, who is a British author. I'm not too sure yet where the story is headed. It's sort of like a Downton Abbey type setting at the moment, but it's meant to kind of take some, I think, like darker or melancholy twists, which is the kind of reading that I'm like. Might not be too surprising that we're both an INFJ personality. If you know anything about the Myers-Briggs personality test, you can do that test at 16 personalities.
We'll link it below because
it's
actually
really interesting.
Do the test and then leave in the comments what your personality type is, because it's really interesting and it's so accurate.
Yeah.
Like I've tested everybody that I know. I'm like, do the test, and it always comes out like pretty spot on.
Yeah. So INFJ is like introverted, intuitive, like a blend between like creative, dreamer type, but then also like analytical, practical. So it's like apparently a rare mix.
So I don't watch like a lot of TV, but I will watch all my favorite series on like Netflix or download it. But some of my favorites that I'm kind of waiting for as well is Game of Thrones. Obviously, I know a lot of people love Game of Thrones. What's the other one? Vikings. I really like Vikings, especially because
I haven't watched it yet.
You have to watch it, because if you don't like Game of Thrones, because it has a lot of scenes where I think a lot of the women characters are kind of like a little bit powerless.
I didn't like that.
And when you watch Vikings, it's more like the main female character is really kick-ass and, you know, just more uplifting, I think, to watch like a strong female lead.
Yeah. And I've been watching a lot of Mad Men at the moment on Netflix.
You also like Suits, don't you?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I couldn't get into Suits.
I
Maybe
think
I
it's
didn't
'cause
give
you
enough
work-
time.
Maybe, but don't know. Maybe if it's about the office environment.
That really corporate.
That kind of like gives you a gag because people remind you of people, and then you're like, this is hilarious. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, Mad Men also has some good like strong female leads, which make it interesting. So I really like Peggy. She's like this girl who's like really awkward and kind of not that attractive, but she kind of has a lot of guts. Like she'll talk back to people, and she's kind of like just doesn't take crap from anyone.
Badass.
Yeah. So
when I was like 15 or 16, might have been younger than that even, I can't really remember, I had the most ridiculous haircut. It kind of looked a bit like one of those scene kid haircuts where I had bangs that were like this short, like right at the top. It was like all poofy. And I may or may not insert a picture depending on how I'm feeling about that.
And it would like sit over your eye and look really intense all the time.
Those angsty years. But yeah, I was going through the computer the other day and I saw some photos and I was just like, oh my god, so embarrassing.
And I once bleached my hair so blonde that it was just like, it wasn't even hair anymore. It was like, it was kind of like the texture of like fairy floss. It didn't even brush very well, and like I ended up having to cut it all off. I don't even have any photos.
Oh.
And then I ended up with like really, really bob length hair, like to the point where the hairdresser shaved the back of my neck.
Oh gosh.
And I was dating James at the time and he hated it, but he was too polite to say anything. Okay, so a vegetable that I used to really hate, which is kind of funny now, is sweet potato. Growing up, I didn't like it. I didn't like
I
any...
shake my head at you.
I didn't like any roast vegetables. Like, you know, when
Even
they
the
do...
potato.
The potato was okay, but I just didn't like that kind of flavours. Like, I didn't like that, like, heavy, wintry thing with, like, thyme and rosemary. I hated it. So.
Okay, so my food fact is that my food weakness is brownies. So I guess we always used to like make the packet mixed brownies as we were growing up. And there's just something about the brownie that is extra special. It's that combination of gooey,
Chewy,
and kind of fudgy and hot. That's not just like cake, you know, it's a brownie. So if I was ever gonna blow it, I would choose a brownie. It has to be
make gluten-free, dairy-free brownies down the road.
Ooh. But yeah, I haven't yet figured out like a really good recipe for a paleo brownie because most of the time the texture is wrong. Like it's usually like really nutty or chewy, and the main part about the brownie is it's meant to be kind of gooey and fudgy. So if you have a really good paleo brownie recipe or just a gluten-free brownie, leave the link below, please.
Okay, so people that I meet often are really surprised when they find out that I love to go camping and I love outdoor pursuits. I don't know whether it's like how I dress when I'm out and about or something. People think that I wouldn't like that kind of thing.
I think they're maybe like a bit proper or something, don't want to get
Yeah,
dirty.
and I'm like quite organised sometimes. I don't know. But anyway, I love the beach, I love camping, I love that feeling of like freedom, not having many things. Like, it doesn't bother me that I go camping and I just have like bedding, togs, towels, food, like that's all I need. I just like that like hassle-free feeling of camping. I don't mind if I get dirty or whatever. And now that I live close to the city, I often feel a bit funny if I've not been out like hiking or outside like in nature for an extended period of time. So like last weekend I asked James to take us to a waterfall so that we could go swimming, which we did find a really good place to go swimming, so that was fun. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to gardening, but I'm really trying. So I've got like a little herb garden outside on my balcony, which a couple of rounds of plants have died now. But it's doing well at the moment, just with like mint, which is obviously really easy to grow. I've got a dying cactus. I've got one cactus that's living.
A dying cactus.
I don't even know how I'm killing it. The thing with plants is...
No, because you used to have... Was that an orchid?
Oh yeah, but they killed that.
I came here, I saw the orchid 1 week, I came back the next week and all the flowers were dead and it was just sticks.
Well, because the lady potted it wrong. It wasn't me. I found out about the orchid now. But like, I don't want to give up. I don't want to be like those people that say, oh, I can't cook, so I never cook, or I kill everything, so I just don't try. I just honestly don't know, so I just need to keep like trial and error.
We'll get there.
Yeah. So these are a couple of things I think that we're either do not like or are scared of.
Okay, so we do not like horror movies. So
we used to kind of watch quite a few.
But they always made me feel terrible.
Yeah.
Like there is no doubt while you're watching the movie it's fun. It's fun to be with like a group of people watching a horror movie. But when you go to bed that night,
especially like the paranormal ones.
I can watch zombie movies. I can still watch like what's that 24 Days Later? Like those sorts of like.
But do you remember, did you ever watch the one where the guy can like he can do like astral travel? But while he's traveling,
that one haunted me.
Still haunts me sometimes.
Was that the one where they take the photo at the end?
Funny. And it's the lady, and then the lady kills the other lady.
Oh gosh.
But I hate the way that like throughout his life, like they're taking the photos.
Oh, you're gonna make me
And,
cry.
like-
I feel like I'm gonna cry just thinking about it.
The thing is, I believe in like
I could believe.
some level of paranormal,
Like, that's the thing, when you watch a zombie movie, you know that zombies ain't real. When you watch a paranormal movie, there is one little part of your brain that's like, it could be true. The other thing that I'm kind of scared of, not a phobia, but I really don't like heights. Particularly at theme parks when you're... I went to like Dreamworld and they put you on the Tower of Terror, is it called?
Yep.
So it basically goes up really high, then it drops you down really fast. And most people get off that ride and they're kind of like exhilarated and they were excited. I got off the ride and I was just like pissed off. I was just like pissed off, like, why did you make me do that? I hated it. So yeah, I just don't really like heights or being thrown about on theme park rides.
I don't like roller coasters either.
I don't mind the ones
my
where you're
best friend,
strapped in.
she bought me a year pass to Dreamworld. And I went there with her, and on every ride I screamed at her, I hate you.
Very extreme.
It wasn't so bad, but like as a kid I didn't.
I don't mind some rides. We used to go on that pirate ship one. Like, do you
Yeah,
remember
I
the day
liked
that
that.
we just went on it continuously?
At SeaWorld. I don't know. There's just some rides there. I just feel this sense of doom that's like just not
Not worth it. Okay guys, so that wraps up our 20 facts. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and then leave a comment with a fun fact about you, or like we were saying before, your personality type if you take the quiz.
Yeah,
So
that'd be cool.
yeah, it's really interesting to see what it says about you, and we'd love to know what kind of people are watching our videos. But other than that, we'll see you in our next one. So until then, bye guys.
See ya.